Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a really awesome agent here, Fatima Abdallah. I'm going to be interviewing her because she had a huge success. And in a nutshell, in 3 days, this girl set, is it 7 expired listing appointments, Fatima?
7 listing appointments
In 3 days.
in 3 days.
And you went on 5 of those and you took 5 listings.
I went on 7 and I took 5.
You went on 7 and you went on all 7. Okay, so you didn't take 2, you took 5. Oh, wow. Let's not talk about the 2, like 5 new listings from 3 days of calling expired. So please tell me how that happened.
Sure. So we got on a live call with you, Jackie, and then you said, get into the office and give it all you got. Don't just be on the phone, read the script and stay there physically and mentally. And I did. It was the 1st of December. I got in and I got out of the office at 12 o'clock with 3 listing appointments scheduled for that day.
So in one morning by noon, you had set 3 appointments.
3 appointments.
Okay. Now, you've been in real estate for how long, Fatima?
This is my 4th year now.
4th year. And you told me you had called expired listings before with no success.
Yeah, I have. We were part of a big coaching company before. I mean, we still are.
We meaning your office,
My
right?
office, yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay.
The scripts they're using, it's good, but it just doesn't make as much sense as you. With your script, it's common sense. When you speak to expired, there's stuff when they're telling they're angry and they're this and they're that, and you're like, okay, but where are you going to next? But where are you doing this? No, your scripts are very common sense. So when I used it, it's like, okay, they're understanding on the phone, so it's easier to get the appointment. And when I go there with the pre-qualified, it's already set.
Okay. So there are a few things, and I'm asking all of this for the benefit of the viewers, because who wouldn't want to reproduce these results? It's not that you hadn't even been in my coaching for very long when you had this incredibly successful week. I think it would have been maybe a month or 2.
Yep, a month or
Uh-huh.
two.
And you attribute the success to, okay, the scripts, and specifically with the scripts, I so that the people listening understand, what I heard you saying is that the scripts you were using before didn't address what the expired prospect is saying. It just had an agenda that didn't really necessarily go along with the objection they're giving you. Can you elaborate on that just a little bit more so they understand the issue with these long scripts that have a bunch of questions that, the seller is not interested in? I want to hear your side of it.
Sure. It's so the scripts are good to start off, right? But then when you get the objection from every expired, it's very irrelevant. It's not the sellers doesn't really care where if you want to know where they're moving to next or not. They care about if you're going to be able to sell the property, and if they're going to go on the process again, you're the one for them. So with your script, it's the questions are there. Not only the questions are there, but when you hear an objection, the objection handling, it makes sense. It's like, I don't care where you're moving to just yet. What I want to know is if you were confident enough to get this home sold, would you consider putting it back for sale now versus later? So in their head, it opens up. But with multiple questions, other scripts, there's so many different questions. They're so irrelevant to the conversation. So they get upset and they hang up.
You make me so proud. You actually know the script. You said it right there. You have it internalized.
Your scripts are amazing.
Well, thank you. I mean, they're just common sense, conversational, and I know they work. So obviously they work for you. So obviously you believe the scripts made a difference, because prior, using other scripts, you were not able to set appointments, and you even told me you were kind of getting discouraged. And you used to work with buyers previously. You're primarily a buyer's agent.
Yeah.
And you would call some expireds with this other script and not be able to do anything, so you'd go back to buyers.
The buyers, because it's hard. They're upset. It's not easy. And when you have nothing to say, when there's no skills and there's no objection handling, we do get discouraged. They hang up. We get no appointments. So yeah.
And I know you said, I think it's kind of cute when you say, well, I got on a live call with you and you said, just give it all you've got. Like, I say that so often on, all the lessons and the videos and all the live training, everything that's on the Sales X platform. I say that all the time. What was it about that one day that hit you in a way that you said, okay, I'm going to do this?
I mean, we're known as agents for not listening, right? Like, we, but that day when you said you go inside your office and you have to not be there physically, but you also have to be there mentally. Be alert. Be aware of what's being said to you. Don't walk out until you give it all you got. Giving it all you got is not just getting an appointment, getting excited, and hanging up. I was like, no, I'm going to stick through, like you said, 3 hours straight until I'm done with the calls, not until I just get an appointment. And I
Mm.
think I think George, he's like, I'm gonna get 3 appointments. I'm like, oh no, hell no, you're not.
Oh,
I'm
yeah. Like,
not
no.
appointment.
That's cool. That's healthy competition, right? Amongst you guys. That's so fun. Now, talk to me about obviously you pre-qualify these appointments
Yeah.
because that's another thing too. Some coaching companies out there say, no, you don't necessarily need to pre-qualify. You could go and you could even go on a preview. Why do you think pre-qualifying is so important and how did it help you actually take these listings?
So before the coaching company that we were with, they would tell us to get off the phone and then call back to confirm and re-qualify.
Okay.
When and if I landed an appointment back then with that script, if I hang up and I call back, it was never a confirmation. It was always, can we do it later? Oh, I don't have time. They would
Mm-hmm.
always cancel, so it was a way out. With the pre-qualify with your script, okay, so just before I let you go, we find out if they're the only decision maker. We find out if they owe any money on the property.
Yeah.
We ask them the magical question: if what I tell you makes sense, will you be ready to sign with me on the spot? So we go there with the mentality of not just me, but they're also prepared. She's not coming in to look at the house and leave. No, we're gonna sit. We're gonna have a conversation. And if she's whatever she's saying makes sense, I might sign. So
Yeah.
it's a big difference when we pre-qualify, like you say, on the call.
On the call, absolutely. And sometimes my clients, right, sales X members say, well, why are people canceling my appointments? And it's usually that
Yeah.
if you don't, well, there are two reasons, right? Not pre-qualifying on the spot because now you're going to call back and they have a way out,
Yeah.
and also scheduling appointments for far away, like 2 or 3 days later, it's like your chances of getting it canceled increase dramatically. Got it. So you're pre-qualifying on the same call. And I would imagine that you are setting these appointments for as soon as possible also. Am I right about that?
With the other scripts too, they always say, do you have time tomorrow around this time or this time with you? It's like today, because when I was with the other coaching company, by tomorrow the listing is gone.
Right.
Either relisted or I'm so sorry, I signed one yesterday, but you told me you're not gonna sell for the next 6 months. Yeah, I signed
Yeah.
one.
I know, especially new expireds. I think that's the way to think and behave with every appointment you set. But new expireds, like number one, 100%. Okay, now the people watching are like, okay, what's the magical thing you did on this listing appointment to take 5 listings? So talk a little bit about how you handled the appointment. I mean, not necessarily, the whole script, whatever you want to say. What is it that you think you did really well that the people watching can learn from so they can get listing agreements signed?
I think the beginning of the calls to begin with your script, we show them value. We show them a couple of things. We show them with the scripts that we're using from your coaching, right? We show them that we're not just not listening to you and we're scripting it. We actually care about you. Our job is to net you the most money possible in
Mm.
the least amount of time possible.
Yep.
Then when we go to when we pre-qualify them with you, I learned to be very prepared. Not
Mm.
just show up, but actually be very, very prepared.
Yep.
Take my time with the market. I listened to you also when I got there. I got there 15 minutes earlier and I went around the comparables. They're like, oh, the White
Look at
House
this
lot.
girl doing what I say.
It
Oh
works.
my
It
God.
works.
What a breath of fresh air, Fatima.
Thanks.
Okay, go on.
And then in the middle of the appointments, right? I have, like you said, I have the papers ready and the pen is right there.
Yeah.
And I go very like the pricing is important, the marketing is important, what we do is important. But I think the key thing when you say, I get on the phone every day from this time to this time. So I'm getting on conversations, I'm getting in contact with hundreds of people throughout the week. And they're like, that is a big difference. And I show them actually my Mojo tracks my hours. So I show them those hours.
Yep.
And I invite them, like you said, please stop by the office anytime if you want to come and we see how the day works. And they're like, really? Yeah.
Wow, amazing. So from your perspective, they're just impressed by the fact that not only you're prepared, I mean, you sound confident when you're saying all of this, but also your work ethic and what you do differently. Because for a new expired, right? Because that's who you're talking to. These new expired listings, they obviously don't want an average agent that's going to do the same thing their last agent did. So, how you set yourself apart is by explaining that you're on the phones every day.
That you
Explain
don't
that a
have.
little bit to the
Sure.
people watching.
So with what I've seen from expires doing the calls a lot, agents get the listings and they're gone. They see them either at the closing or when the listing's expired or every now and then. So when I tell them that that's not how we wait for a buyer to come and hope and pray that a buyer is just going to fall from the sky in our head. No, we get in contact with people every single day. I am in contact with hundreds of people throughout the week. One of those people knows somebody that is looking to buy here. Somebody from your area is moving out or knows a cousin or a daughter or somebody who's moving in. So the more contact that we put out there, the more people that knows about your property, and therefore it sells fast. We find the buyer. We don't wait for the buyer to come.
Wow, Fatima, I am really proud of you, girl.
Thank you. Thanks to you, Jackie. Thanks to you.
Like I'm hearing you speak because we didn't really have that long a conversation before filming this. You know, I just asked you a couple of things, and now I'm like, yeah, wow, she sounds like stuff that I say. So, and
Yes.
it's working for you, which makes me really, really excited.
It's I go to sleep on your videos. You say the subconscious mind is always listening, so I always have you when I go to sleep, when I wake up, when I'm at the gym, all the time.
Oh my goodness! Like
Your voice is in my head. I have Jackie in my head all the time.
oh my goodness. Well, I guess it's paying off because it comes out when you need it, right?
Yeah.
Maybe yeah, even if consciously you're not listening to every word I say, the subconscious mind is listening. Fatima, what are your goals for this for 2023?
I'm heading for 40 deals closed.
40 closed transactions. How many of those will be listings sold versus buyers?
I am actually switching all off. I just hired 2 buyers agents and I'm gonna have handed all the buyers to them and I'm just gonna focus strictly on the listings.
Wow. So for you, listings only.
Only listings now.
Amazing. You're going to have such an incredible year, an incredible life too, because buyers are so time consuming. I don't even know how you were a buyer's agent for 3 years. I couldn't do it for even a week, much less. Yeah, incredibly. So congratulations. And this is going to be really the first year that you're going to focus full on listings. And part of your business plan is figuring out where the listings are going to come from. What is the source of these listings you're going to take? How are you going to get these listings in essence?
Most likely it's going to be expired and for sale by owner. We have like home light referral, they come 1 or 2 every now and then, but I'm going to focus 99% on for sale by owner and expired.
Yay, that's amazing, girl. Thank you so much. So I want to, this is the last question, right? For anybody watching that they're afraid of calling expireds, because that's a pretty common fear. And you said earlier that they have objections, you know, they're not always necessarily like happy people. So if there are agents watching and they're saying, wow, sounds great. No, it's really good that she was able to do it, but I'm afraid of making these calls. What advice would you give them? What would you say to them?
So was I. Before I found you, I would call and I'm like, please don't pick up. I'm begging you don't pick up. And when they pick up, I'm like, oh my God, I sometimes would hang up. So biggest advice, please join the Sales X training.
I did not ask you to say that.
You did not. You did not. But I am saying that because that's what helped me. I mean, I tried to do expires last year. I went down on my buyer's business. I went from making 10 deals to 3 deals, 4 deals, because I wanted to focus on the listings. But I didn't know what to say. the fear is always going to be there if we don't have the skills. If I don't know what to say to that person, I'm going to be scared.
Yeah.
So join the Sales X,
Oh,
listen to
thanks.
what you say, focus on your script, and use them because they make sense.
Thank you, Fatima. You're amazing, girl. Congratulations. And I look forward to hearing about the achievement of your 40 closed transactions, all listings in a few months. So thank
by
you,
my
girl.
side, we'll make it happen.
We'll make it happen. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching, everybody. And we will see you soon. Bye.